This is a phone call to Glen Watson, Oxfordshire County Council, Principal Governance Officer for the Freedom of Information.
County Council, Glen Watson speaking.
Hello, Mr. Watson, it's Mark Wyatt here.
Hello there, good afternoon, good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning. I just wanted to know if you'd actually received a reply to my email that you sent to me.
Let's have a look. I will check in my post.
The reason I say that is because it just keeps on bouncing back. I don't know.
Does it indeed? Is that to the FOI box?
Well, I've sent it to the FOI box and I've sent it to the FOI team corporate call as well.
Right, and it goes back in both cases. No, I don't believe I have had one. Can you send it to my personal email account and I'll pick it from there?
Yeah.
Which, if it just well, apologies for having that trouble. It's simply Glen with two N's .Watson at oxfordshire.gov.uk.
Wait there 1 sec. Glen.Watson
at oxfordshire.gov.uk. That's right.
Okay, I'll do that today. I mean,
yes.
just one.
I'll acknowledge it as soon as I see it.
Okay, just one thing concerning your. I think you said that you felt that there wasn't any prejudice caused by the fact that Mr. Graham is looking into the review. I find that a little bit strange, actually, and I'll tell you. I mean, I think I've laid it out in the letter, but if I tell you that, I mean, Mr. Graham at the moment is holding the base plan. Mr. Graham has the base plan in his office. He's told some of our legal representatives that he's got the base plan in his safekeeping. Now, if I tell you that I believe that Mr. Graham and the Oxfordshire County Council's legal department put Plan C, which was the plan that was produced from the base plan, into the High Court in 2005 and 2006, I believe fraudulently, because they knew at that time that it was produced by officers of the County Council, and that plan is actually a plan produced by W.S. Atkins. I think that clearly shows that he is prejudiced in looking into this case, because the plan that came from the base plan, he fraudulently put into court. Him and the legal department are responsible for that. Now, how that doesn't prejudice him, I'll never know.
Well, I guess I understand that is your view on the matter.
Well, it's not my.
From the council's perspective, it doesn't put the same construction on as you do. It's about the fraudulent aspect.
Well, let me say.
Because he's in the responsibility of the council to do these sorts of things, it would see no other reason to allow him to do that. And what I meant by wouldn't prejudice in the sense that because the Information Commissioner has the right to literally come in and sort our records out for us if they disagree with how we've handled it, they can overturn either the appointment of him once he's had that review, or require us to release anything which we have.
Let me just.
In the long run, we cannot exist without the light of the Commissioner coming on as if you choose to invoke it. Yeah,
but let me just say this. Mr. Graham's already admitted that he's put the plan in when he knew that it was produced by other people. What I've got is a letter from Mr. Graham stating that Mrs. Susie Coyne and Mr. Adrian Pennell produced the plan. Now, if he's got and that letter was produced to me or our advisors 7 months before we put the plan into court in 2006. So Mr. Graham knew that plan wasn't produced by who it says it was. He has a legal duty to tell us who it was produced by before that plan goes into court, which he failed. He has a legal duty to not misrepresent information that he puts into court, which he's obviously failed to do, because Plan C, like I say, was produced and amended by officers of the County Council. So Mr. Graham and Mr. Clark have also, who has also confirmed that Coyne and Pennell produced the plan, are both guilty of fraud. That there is no doubt about that.
Well, I mean, there is doubt about that.
Well, there can't be if they've admitted putting it into court, can they?
Well, in some respects, like I say, that your views on that or any arguments you advance towards it has no bearing on how the council's going to respond to this particular matter. It will do what it does on the basis of its construction of the law and who is most appropriate to do it. If at the end of the day another appeal body like the Commissioner considers that was erroneous, or indeed worse, that we have hidden something which we should have brought to light, then very serious consequences flow from that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. So the council is mindful of all of those things in doing what it's about to do.
So what you need to be very mindful of is that you're allowing the person that has perpetrated the fraud, and I would say that there's very good evidence to suggest that, you're allowing that person to look at the review. Now, from a council's point of view, I would have thought at the very least they would have put that review into the hands of someone else, and/or suspended the people that were supposed to have done it until an investigation be carried out into what's happened.
Again, yes, I understand that's your view on it. It's not the council's view of it, and so the council will proceed on the way it chooses to do. And ultimately, if that could be overturned, if the Commissioner feels that has breached.
Well, it's not just a commission.
Legislation.
It's not just a commissioner. I mean, what I intend to do, if I don't get someone else to review this, what I intend to do is go to the police, and it won't be the Thames Valley Police. It'll be probably the Met or someone like that, or the Serious Fraud Squad, because I believe that Mr. Graham has committed fraud, and I believe the County Council's legal department are guilty of fraud, because Mr. Graham doesn't make that decision on his own. I mean, at the time, Mr. Graham made that decision along with Robert Hanson and Mr. Clark.
But that is something you would have to prove. We
act
on a basis of an unproven allegation.
Well,
it would normally fulfil a legal responsibility.
Okay, well, proving it, I can't see is going to be a problem because, like I say, I've already got a letter from Mr. Graham and Mr. Clark saying that Mrs. Coyne and Mr. Purnell produced the plan, and yet the plan only carries the title block, and the names on that plan in that title block are employees of W.S. Atkins. So they've actually proved it already. They've admitted that they did it. So it's not a question of me having to prove it. They've already said that they've put into court a plan that was produced by Susie Coyne and Adrian Purnell, and the names are not on that plan don't relate. There's nothing on that plan to suggest that Susie Coyne or Adrian Purnell amended the plan, and the plan carries the title block of W.S. Atkins.
Indeed, and again, I hear what you're saying on that. The council puts a different construction on that.
Can you tell me what the council's construction on that is then?
What do you want me to say? Do you want me to say, yes, just because you say so, Mr. Graham has committed fraud and therefore will act accordingly? I don't think so. That's not the way it's going to work.
Okay, so do you want me to say?
The council will appoint who it sees fit. That council has to stand in the face of the Commissioner and any of the laws of the land, and it will do exactly that. Just because you say one thing or the other is not going to alter this fact.
Well, do you want me to send you his letters?
Yeah, you don't need to send me anything. If you have any legal issues to take up with the council, you take them up with the solicitor of the council.
Well, no, I won't take them up with the solicitor of the council, because the solicitor of the council is the person that's committed the fraud. The person that I will take it up with will be a police officer that comes and investigates criminal fraud. That's who the person I'll be taking it up with.
Yeah, well, that's fair enough. You need to do what you think you need to do. That's entirely separate from this particular information request that we're talking about.
Okay, all right. Well, if that's your view on it, that's your view on it. Okay.
It is.
It is. I'll send you my response back, and then
and I will acknowledge it so that you can be assured it has arrived.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.